all your photo, video, and voiceover needs, check out the fine folks at Blueberry Productions. They will take good care of you. If you don't believe me, you can see for yourself. Check out their work at blueberryproductions.tv, the Facebook page, Blueberry Productions, also a Vimeo page, a YouTube page, and it's Blueberry, BLUBERRY, Prod on Twitter. Check them out today. Blueberry Productions, great people, great work, great service.
Hey there, your yard took a real beating this summer. Luckily, Scott's Turf Builder Winter Guard has your back. Just feed your grass with Scott's again this fall when the air is cool and the soil is warm. It's the perfect time to give your lawn a boost. If you do, Winter Guard will give your yard the nourishment it needs to help weak, thin grass recover and support root growth, giving you a greener, more resilient lawn both now and next spring. Guaranteed. Grab a bag of Scott's Turf Builder Winter Guard today. You'll be back to barbecuing in no time. This is a Scott's Yard.
Hey parents, we all try to be extra careful with our children in the car, but then we get an important call or text. Remember, our children are watching. Make every drive a good example. Be in the zone. Turn off your phone. Visit childrenshospital.vanderbilt.org/BITZ to learn more about our teen driver safety program. Brought to you by Monroe Carroll Jr. Children's Hospital at Vanderbilt, the Ford Motor Company Fund, and the Allstate Foundation.
Hello, my name is Travis Williams, President and CEO of Academics and Athletic Consulting, focusing on educating and empowering tomorrow's collegiate athletic leaders. My passion is for the education and genuine concern and care for today's student athlete. It's the centerpiece of my life's work. A college education, both in and out of the classroom, is a truly rewarding benefit. For more information on AAC, you can go to www.academicsandathleticsconsulting.com. Once again, www.academicsandathleticsconsulting.com. Or you can follow me on Facebook at Academics and Athletic Consulting, or Twitter at Coach TWill24, or Instagram Travis L. Williams 24. Or you can call me at 404-542-6079. Once again, AAC is very proud to partner with J.R. McHenry of the Bossman Radio Show, covering sports and entertainment across the country. Please tune in weekly for informative, entertaining, and expert analysis on today's sports and entertainment topics. Thank you.
What you doing? Who you with? What we gon' do? What you doing? Who you with?
Folks, back on the Bossman Show here. We're here with Coach Tad Boyle, the coach of the Colorado Buffaloes, who are now on top of the Pac-12, 8 wins conference play. Coach, how's it out there in Boulder, man?
Everything's good out in Boulder. We got a little snow on the ground, but it's nice. It's sunny today, which is real nice.
Coach, I'm going to believe this. It snowed in Atlanta on Saturday, Coach, believe it or not.
Did it really?
Yes,
wow.
it did.
Believe it or not. Country. Yeah. They don't get much of that white snow down there, do they?
Not at all, Coach. Not in my 34 years of life here in Atlanta, Coach, not much snow other than that big one in 2013. But it's rarely if ever we get snow here, Coach. Rarely if ever.
I hear you.
Now, Coach, you're middle of your team leading the Buffaloes, Coach. Tell us, what's been your greatest accomplishment in your mind leading the Buffaloes the past 10 or so years here?
Well, this is a great place to go to college. I mean, the University of Colorado. Obviously, we're at the base of the Rocky Mountains, and we play in a great conference in the Pac-12. We get to travel to wonderful cities, on the West Coast. And but Boulder's a great place to go to school. We got a major airport. Denver is a major city, which is at an unbelievable growth over the last 10 years. And it's literally 20 minutes down the road. I mean, so our players can come here, be part of a big city, but also be in a small college town like Boulder. And they love the Buffaloes here. It's a great college town. They support us, and it's just it's a great college experience. And So when you put all that stuff together, we're not in SEC country like you are down there, but out here in the Rocky Mountains, Boulder, Colorado, the great thing for us is we get to train at altitude.
Yes,
and
indeed.
The Olympic Training Center is about an hour and a half south of our campus, and I always say they didn't determine that by throwing darts on a map. They found that when you train at altitude, and there's great benefits that come with that. And I know it's been a great home court advantage for us because we want to play an up and down style. I mean, we want to score in the 80s and the 90s and get teams to come in here that run with us. And when they do that, it's a major advantage for us because most people are coming from sea level, and that's a huge home court for the Buffaloes.
You got to lead me to my next point, Coach, about the player development piece, but also the strength conditioning piece of it, Coach. You got to have the nutrition has to be right, sleep right, but also getting in shape with those lifts. But being in altitude makes it so much more magnified. So like you said, when you have a guy come out there and play you guys, the first 10 minutes of that game, they're out of gas because you all used to altitude. They're not used to it, and they don't have that wind, and you guys can blitz them early at home and jump on them and keep that momentum going the whole game and win kind of that way by your location on GP.
No question, and that is a huge advantage. Now, some teams that are in great shape, it doesn't affect as much, but the teams that aren't, they feel it. Like you said, they feel it early, but they really feel it late in the second half. A lot of those jump shots, those long three balls come up a little short. We get some long rebounds, get out, get some dunks, play in transition, and get the crowd into the game. It's a huge home court advantage for us.
Because being around Atlanta Hawks, player development with our young team has been very, very key. So I want to ask you about at the Pac-12 level, the high major level, how do you go about player development in season and out of season to make sure your guys are getting better all year long and getting stronger all year long?
It's huge for us. It is huge for us because, look, Colorado, I've been here 10 years. We've yet to sign one McDonald's All-American. But we've had 5 players drafted in the NBA draft. And the only way you do that is to develop your players. So you mentioned strength and conditioning. Your strength and conditioning coach is huge on the development piece. Your assistant coaches and your staff are huge in terms of getting in the gym with your players. The NCAA has limitations on that, but we maximize what those limitations are, both in season and out of season, in terms of getting in the gym with our players. And then you have to recruit players that want to get in the gym outside of that and get in there on their own at night or on weekends and get extra shots up. So, that work ethic, there's no shortcuts in life. And to get better, whether it is to get to the NBA or to just become a professional basketball player in general, you got to work at it and you got to develop your players, and that's what we try to do. And the combination of that development and the platform of being able to play the style that I just talked about earlier in terms of getting up and down the floor and playing fast and getting in transition, the combination of those two things make Colorado a very appealing place for young aspiring players.
You got that right, Coach, because, I've had on Coach Mel Tucker as well. He talked about how big coaching at Georgia, moving out to there, is how just the appeal of Colorado resonates with young men. And hearing you talk about it from a basketball perspective, it sounds great to me for a young man from Atlanta who wants to go out there and play with you guys. So go on about your recruiting piece of it, Coach. Marketing the program, the education you guys have, the location, the college you play in, the development piece going to the NBA. And you're at the top of the Pac-12 right now. You won 23 games last year, so I feel like the recruiting trail, when it's Colorado on the phone, guys are like, I might want to go there for real. And play for that Coach Boyle, those guys.
Well, I hope so. And that's the thing. I know there's a lot of good players in the Atlanta area, and obviously we're really excited about Coach Tucker and what he's brought to our campus and coming from Georgia and the SEC. I spent a year at Tennessee way back in the day when I was an assistant. That was a while ago, but I actually spent 2 years as a full-time assistant at Jacksonville State University, which is, as you know, about halfway between Atlanta and Birmingham. So, I've got some ties in the South. It's been a while, but you're right. The hardest thing we have is obviously with kids out in that area is the time difference. A lot of times we're tipping off, at 7:00 at night, which is 9:00 at night there. A lot of guys have gone to bed or, have turned the TV off for the night. But anybody that sees us play sees that, again, this is a great place to go to school. And if we can get kids on campus, it gives us a chance because this is a special place.
Yes, Coach, I definitely agree with you there, Coach. And also special, 11-2 in non-conference play has to make you really happy because non-con's always a trick, no matter how you do it. Schedule is probably the hardest thing you do outside of recruiting. So going 11-2 in non-con has to make you really happy, which probably propels you to the start you have right now in Pac-12 play.
No doubt. And we started the season over in Shanghai, China, believe it or not. That's where we played our first game. And we had a really, really big win before Christmas against Dayton. And anybody that hasn't seen Dayton play this year knows, they've missed something because they got a heck of a basketball team with Coach Grant. They got Obi Toppin and a lot of really good players in that team. So we had some good wins early. We followed up with so far in the Pac-12, things have gone well. We just got to keep this train on the tracks because, as you know, it's not how you start, it's how you finish. And we got 7 games left, and 5 of them are on the road. And so it's time to strap up our boots and go to work.
And, Coach, what do you feel like your team has improved on most from November to now? Because I know when you tip off November, you kind of don't really know what you are until you get to play those games, and then you're in conference play and Pac-12 play deep into it. So what do you feel like your team has improved on the most from November to now as we sit here in mid-February here?
We've really become a pretty good offensive team. I think our offense has evolved as the season's gone on. We lead the Pac-12 in field goal percentage right now, and we've got some guys that can really shoot the 3 ball. We had a really big win this weekend against Stanford. We were 8 for 8 from beyond the arc in the second half. Really shot the ball well. We've got a great point guard in McKinley Wright, who's a terrific player. I mean, he's on the Bob Cousy award list at top 10 point guards in all of college basketball. And McKinley is kind of the straw that stirs our drink. And then we got a lot of shooters who can make shots around him. And when you've got that, you've got a chance to win every game, every time you step on the floor.
Coach, you have a big game against Oregon at their place coming up on Thursday night. Tell us what you're seeing from those guys on the film as you guys prepare to play those guys up there in the great state of Oregon up there in Eugene.
Well, Oregon's a very talented team. Wasn't too long ago they were in the Final Four, and they've recruited extremely well. They've got some really good bigs. They've got a great point guard, Peyton Pritchard, who, like McKinley Wright, is on that Bob Cousy list that I just mentioned. They're well coached. Dane Altman is a terrific basketball coach. So we got our hands full. We got a chance to get Oregon when they were in Boulder early in January. I know they got revenge on their mind. There's no doubt about that. So we're going to be walking into a hornet's nest in Eugene on Thursday night, but should be a heck of a basketball game. Two really good programs going at it.
Coach, you got a young man on your roster about 30 miles north of Atlanta from Sewanee, Maddox Daniels. Tell us about this young man and what he's meaning to your program, this junior guard here you have.
Yeah, I'm glad you brought Maddox up because I was gonna talk about him when I mentioned those shooters. He's a great shooter, and Maddox went to junior college down in Florida for a couple of years, played with his twin brother, and we were lucky enough to get him last spring. We were 11th in the league in 3-point shooting last year, and that was an area that we knew we had to get better at. The player development piece that you mentioned earlier, our players got in the gym this summer and got better, but we also recruited Maddox Daniels, and that's made us a better 3-point shooting team because Maddox is one of those guys, 6'6", good size, really coachable young man. And what I love about coaching him is he can miss 10 shots in a row. Now, he doesn't miss 10 shots in a row, but if he did, that 11th one's going in, and he thinks it's going in, and he shoots it like it's going to go in. And so he's got that short memory that great shooters have to have.
Reminds me of Patrick Mahomes almost in Super Bowl. He kept on firing away, got the job done.
That's exactly right. Exactly right.
Now, Coach, that's what I got for you, Coach, this one. Who are some coaches in the business who really helped you along the way, man? Who really gave you a big boost and kind of get you on that path of being the coach you are today, and kind of guys you lean on when these things get tough for you as well?
Well, that's a good question. I started out as an assistant coach at the University of Oregon, believe it or not. So I'm going back to where kind of my roots began as a collegiate coach in Eugene, Oregon, 26 years ago. Jerry Green was the head coach there at the time. He's since retired, lives down in Florida. He was from North Carolina, was an assistant for Roy Williams at Kansas for many years. And a guy that really got me into the business and got me on Coach Green's staff was Mark Turgeon, who's the head coach at Maryland. And Mark and I played basketball at the University of Kansas together, but he's the one that kind of got me into college coaching, talked me into it. And he's been a great friend and great mentor of mine through the years. I'm very close with some guys out west here. Mark Few's the guy that I lean on a lot. He's a terrific coach, obviously, up at Gonzaga. We share thoughts and ideas, not only during the season, but certainly in the off season. Leon Rice at Boise State. But I've been very, very lucky to be around and build relationships with great coaches through the years. And like you said, this is a tough job. A lot of ups, a lot of downs, and a lot of ways to skin a cat, as they say. And so it's good to have friends in the coaching business who you trust and can lean on when things get tough.
And, Coach, being somewhere 10 years in this business, with all the turnover that we'll see come March and April, I mean, that's a great thing right there to have the alignment of the president and AD to support you, because I know this coming up in a month or two, we're going to see all this turnover and carousel going, and may continues about it happening to you, man. You're doing a heck of a job in my book.
Well, I appreciate that. But, the one thing I've always learned is it's not about the next job. You better make the job you got the best job that you can make it. And I love the University of Colorado, and I've not gotten involved in that coaching carousel that you're talking about. I don't expect to be involved in it because I think the University of Colorado is the best place to coach in America. It's the best place to play in America, and it's my job to attract student athletes who feel the same way. And I feel like we've done that, and that's why we're having the kind of year we're having so far.
Well, Coach Boyle, you're doing a great job in my book. Hope to see you at the Final Four. If you're not playing, hope to see you just there and enjoying the ambiance in Atlanta. And thank you for your time today. Hope to do it again with you real soon. I really enjoyed our talk this evening.
Absolutely. Great to be with you.
Anytime. Thanks, Coach. Have a great one. We'll talk to you real soon.
Hip-hop fans, I got a great album for you. The debut album from Family Grind ENT, True Speech and 313 Fresh. We're going to give you 2 discs, 33 songs of pure, genuine hip-hop. Albums available on iTunes, Amazon, Google Play, illstreetrex.com, and streaming live right now on Rhapsody, Beats Music, Spotify, Xbox Music, Slacker Radio, and SoundCloud. Check them out today. True Speech and 313 Fresh. Family Grind ENT. Believe in it. Get it.
A gorgeous tan from Suntan City gives you an inner glow that relights the fire when you run into your first crush.
Vicky, who was that?
An old boyfriend.
Lucky you just tanned at Suntan City.
Lucky he's single. We're doing lunch tomorrow.
Won't be single for long then.
During Tour of the City, try all 5 tans, including spray tan, for just $4.99. Restrictions may apply. Click to buy now.
Suntan City, let yourself shine.
When you're a teen, you finally get to make some of your own decisions. Who are you going to hang out with? What do you want to be? Are you going to glance at that text while driving? Remember, a split second is all it takes for something tragic to happen. Be in the zone. Turn off your phone. Visit childrenshospital.vanderbilt.org/BITZ to learn more about our teen driver safety program. Brought to you by Monroe Carroll Jr. Children's Hospital at Vanderbilt, the Ford Motor Company Fund, and the Allstate Foundation.
It's maybe the night that my dreams might let me know. All the stars are closer. All the stars are closer.
Tell me what you gonna do to me. Confrontation ain't nothing new to me. You could bring a bullet, bring a sword, bring a morgue, but you can't bring the truth to me.
Alexa, play Kendrick Lamar and SZA.
Okay.
Maybe the night that my dreams might let me know. All the stars are closer.
With Amazon Music, a voice is all you need. Get tens of millions of songs. Download the Amazon Music app today.
Yeah, it's your man JC, the host with the most, baby, and it goes down each and every Saturday night right here in the city of Memphis. That's right, y'all. It goes down at Clicks Sports Bar Memphis, baby. 3705 Malco Way, Memphis, Tennessee, 38125. Come out and join us, the Three Kings, each and every Saturday night for the livest karaoke in the city. Everybody gets in free till 10 p.m. Only $5 after. Great food. We got drink specials. We got all kind of games, man. We got the pool tables popping. Whatever you want, we got you, man. Come on out. Have a good time with us each and every Saturday night. That's Clicks Sports Bar, Memphis.